Imagine you're chilling with your bros and you guys are joking around, having a laugh. They're talking about the workout, they're talking about the experiences they have with women, and you chime in and you tell them, you're dating a girl, the girl you was working out with last week, and you're dating to marry. So you're planning that. Instead of being happy for you or, telling you, oh, that's cool, or this or that, or complimenting how she looks or complimenting, how you guys look together, they're just sort of dumbfounded. They're looking at you and they're just like, I don't know, man. It's too young to settle down, bro. It's too, come on now, bro. Like all these people out here, come on. I was just disgusted. Just not disappointed because those are your bros and you understand, you've been there, but just like disgusted. Like, why? It's a popular way of thinking these days, especially where, say if I told you right now, you're 25 or 21-year-old friend, whatever age group you're in right now, if your bro randomly came up to you and he said, yo, I'm dating this girl and I gotta tell you, man, like everything that she brings is just it's light to my life. Like, I think I'm really gonna try and marry this girl. It's more likely that you would be weirded out by him saying that than happy for him. Think about that. It's more likely that we would be weirded out by your friend, your young friend, I guess, saying that he wants to marry someone than happy for him. And yes, he could be making a bad judgment. He could be too young. This could probably not be the one. But what if it is? Indian age is not even a thing. He could be in his 30s and you'll hear it from him. But it's this idea of being young and fucking around that just ceases the minds of the youth or something. I don't know what it is. PSA, you don't have to be afraid to want a wife. PSA, watch your opinions. Understand and try and understand where that opinion came from. At what point, from being a kid to now, did you lose that opinion? Did you lose that thought you had of wanting a wife, wanting children, wanting to have a son or a daughter? When I was a kid, that's what I thought about. To some degree, man and woman get together and they have a family, the white picket fence, the whole idea we have, etc. The dog. At what point for you, whether you watch something, whether you experience something, did it become, I'm just gonna F around, nah, I can't take this seriously. I can't go in there for that. And you just start just wasting time. I used to sit around in my room, and this wasn't even, I was a kid myself, but I used to think about what I would name my kids. Imagine that. Imagine a young boy just wholesomely thinking about what he would name his kids. Just getting happy at the thought of being in the backyard with his son practicing martial arts or something. Or, sitting here with his daughter, watching her mother teach her how to braid hair. Watching my daughter learn how to cook. Watching my son maybe get into fighting and competing or getting into exercise with me, working out or anything. Like, those are, even now, exciting thoughts. And nowadays, you can't even talk about it, it seems. Many people, it seems like, don't even want kids. And with the prices of everything, I don't blame them. Like, freak, life's hard enough. I got to pay for a kid. I got to have a girlfriend and this and that. Expenses. But if all those things weren't an issue, I still fear what people wouldn't want kids. And at what point did that opinion come in your head? That you shouldn't have a woman, that you shouldn't be searching for a wife, that you shouldn't be wanting to have a kid. I'm not saying you have to rush into it, but at what point did that stop being the image you had of your future? Truly masculine men desire truly feminine energy. So for those that have this opinion where they They just want to F around and find out a bunch, etc. That's okay. But what you have to understand is, if you're truly a masculine man, that's not going to get you a truly feminine woman. Yeah, you'll have those women that are sitting here, they're getting played by you, they're crying at night, etc. They're sticking with you, ride or die. But you're never going to get her true feminine essence. Why? How's she going to give that to you? She's sitting here praying for you, hoping you get home on time, because one, it sucks that you're out this late. Work definitely doesn't last this long. And based on her history with you, it's not looking like a good sign. Two, she's got all this pain in her heart from what you've done to her. She's got all these things in her head from your past mistakes. She listens to you speak. She watches your actions. It doesn't even seem like you're working towards the future. Why would she submit to you? The feminine energy is submissive. It submits. Submission. Why would she submit to you? If she doesn't truly feel like that's even a thought in your head. There's so many relationships these days that are kind of quiet about the future even. I've been in relationships where it would seem like I couldn't even talk about the future. And if I did, it was sort of like a quick conversation that you pass over. Not passing over jokes, not passing over the conversations about school or the conversations about media. Those were long conversations. When did it become we could talk about memes longer than we could talk about having kids or talking about the future, the house I want with you, the type of kitchen I want with you, the type of bed I want with you, what I would name my son, what you think you'll name my son, which you will not, because I will name my son this, how you would raise my kid, what type of wife you would want to be. Do you want to stop working? Cool. But how are we going to get towards this goal? Those conversations. So many relationships these days, you can't even have those conversations. And I remember being in that, and I just thought to myself, oh, like, what am I doing? Don't be afraid of wanting a wife, period. This is an actual step you could take right now. If you're serious about this, if you're serious about actually finding this person, even if it's not now, at least having a proper lineup of things that this woman has to carry so you don't make the same mistake and run into these same females. I have a friend who ends up meeting girl after girl after girl who just isn't anything he truly wants. And it seems like it's all that's out there, but it's not. So right now, the actual step you can take right now, get a piece of paper and write down the qualities. Envision the woman of your dreams. I'm talking about 10 out of 10 in every aspect. I don't care if it takes how long. Write it down. And please don't lead with your penis. Just for a second, write it down. You know, how does she talk? How is she with people? If you're very reserved, how does she match that? Is she very energetic? If you hate to dance, does she dance? Is she a firecracker? Does it seem like when she's so shy at first, but once you open up, it's just boom, all this wonder and just bliss about things? Think about your aspect of things. Don't just think about her aspect. A lot of guys, especially online now, it's just getting on talk shows and just verbally assaulting women over and over and all this shit and this and body count. Stop that. For one, think about how you contribute. Think about how you provide for this woman. Think about the type of woman you would love to provide for. Every aspect. For as long as you can write, as many pages as you can, of this woman. This is now your standard. This is now the goal. Basically, this is the picture. When you have your purpose and you think about this picture, right? Masculine and feminine energy, they're yin and yang. So in order to complete yourself as a masculine man, you will need some feminine energy. It just is the case. Even warriors would eventually envision, and if they're coming home on their shield, they're at least coming home on their shield to their wife, to their kid, to their son that's going to carry on my legacy, my name. If I was a Thors, if my last name was Thors, my son, Thorkel, would come and be the second greatest warrior British ever had, because I was the first, or surpass me. And I got him because of her. And because of her, my legacy continues on in my children. So that's what you always want. So you want to definitely, getting back on topic, definitely envision this woman the best you can. This is now your standard. Do not drop below it. If you meet a woman and she's falling within these standards, if not only a few, test it out. That's okay. And it's also okay to, understand that someone's not meeting these things and you're not going to take it seriously and you're going to have your fun. But seriously, be hesitant with that because it's just a waste of time. It's just a waste of time. Because you're going to try and not take it seriously. You guys are going to have sex. She's going to get attached maybe, and now you're breaking someone's heart. Having fun is not as easy as it looks. So go out. Don't be afraid of having or wanting a wife. And have a standard now. Envision this. Along with your purpose, envision this feminine energy. Trust me. Life is always better in pairs. Just like when you have a brother. Life is always better done in pairs. Two minds to work off each other. Imagine that life. Go out and impress yourself.